We are back with some more Madden 22 Legacy League, and as of the recording, this is the current Seahawks 53-man roster. I am recording on the exact day they cut down, so August 31st. So obviously by the time we start the league, there could be some minor tweaks here and there to the actual roster. But I want to go over the 53-man roster, see who's on the team, who we got, and who's probably going to be starting heading into our Week 1 game when we get the Legacy League rolling around. It will be starting shortly. I don't have an exact time. We really want to wait for that scouting update so we can get the new scouting features and stuff. That would be awesome, which at this moment in time I don't think has been confirmed date for that yet. So hopefully it's soon. This is probably the last video I'm going to make on the Legacy League. I might make another video later down the road when we have like a set date on when we're starting and stuff. But this is probably the last video I'm going to make until we actually start. I'm going to be doing those realistic, sim rebuilds in the meantime. Just having fun, dinking around. But this is going to be our main video, figuring out who is going to start out of the 53-man roster. Everything I updated, everything I moved players around. There's only one player on the screen that you won't see. It's an undrafted free agent rookie that I couldn't even find in Madden. I was trying to put him on there so you guys can see him. I couldn't find him. He's a tackle. His name is Jake Curran. I think that's how you say his name. But he's an undrafted rookie. He made the 53-man roster. He's the only one on the Seahawks that was undrafted that made the actual 53-man roster. So it's interesting to see. EA will probably not give him a good overall enough for us to even think about throwing him in the mix. But that's cool to see. But nonetheless, the three quarterbacks that are on the roster, which is very interesting. Usually with Russ, we've only kept two and maybe kept a dude on the practice squad, but not on the active roster. There has not been three too much, but we got Russell, Geno Smith, and Sean Mannion. Definitely, not going to be using those two. Hopefully, Russell's going to be the guy. So let's just quickly move on there. Nothing crazy. We also kept 5 running backs. Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, Alex Collins, Travis Homer, and DJ Dallas. Now, I have seen some rumors in real life that maybe the Ravens, with J.K. Dobbins' injury, try to trade for Rashad Penny, or they try to trade for an Alex Collins who's done good in that system before. So, like I said, by the time we actually start, there's a siren in the background, but by the time they actually start, one of these guys potentially might not be here. Just depends on how things go. In actually our franchise, I've had Rashad Penny on the trade block. No biters yet. I don't believe I'll get any, so he'll probably end up just walking for us. I'm not the biggest Rashad Penny fan. Chris Carson obviously going to be our starting running back. The main question is who's going to be our third down back. I really don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big Rashad Penny guy, so I might even throw Alex Collins if he's on the roster behind Chris Carson. I actually like Alex Collins. Even in the preseason, the man looks shifty. I've always liked Alex Collins ever since he's been here originally with Seattle. So I was a little upset when they got rid of him, but I understood it, previously. But we'll see how things play out. The third down back is the one I'm not sure. Our receiving back. Now, Chris Carson, he can catch passes. Let me go to this man's catching. It's not like the dude can't catch a damn pass. As a matter of fact, he's got the highest catching, I guess, tied with DJ Dallas. So he can catch passes. So I'm not saying he can't, but we do want someone that, can just do a little bit better. Does it show blocking? Does it show blocking on here? Let's block shed. Here we go. So Travis Homer. The main reason why Travis Homer is on the roster, they did him dirty with his pass blocking stats, I won't lie, because in real life, this dude comes in, especially last season, he came in and he just pass blocks. I swear to God, this dude, every time this guy is in real life, he pass blocks. That's the only reason. Special teams and pass blocks. So they did him dirty with a little bit of stats. I guess his pass block power is higher than everyone's, and I guess his finesse is higher than everyone's as well, but for some reason his regular pass block stat isn't higher than all of them, which doesn't make quite much sense to me. But that's what he's there for. I don't know if I'm going to give him the passing down work. I know he goes out there in real life to block, so maybe I can throw him in there if it's a crucial third down and I know my running back's going to be staying in. Maybe it could be situational where I just throw him in, I don't want him to run a route. I think DJ Dallas, even in our test games, DJ Dallas has done better. I wanted Rashad, even in the test game, I gave Rashad that role, but he dropped a million passes, and maybe that's just bad luck or whatever. Or maybe just him dropping it and DJ catching it was just confirmation bias for me. But DJ Dallas will most likely be our third down back starting week 1. Chris Carson, our starting actual back. Alex Collins, if he's on the roster, probably will back him up. Like I said, not a big Rashad fan whatsoever. I mean, maybe I have Rashad back him up. I don't know. And then Travis Homer will be coming in if I, really need a better pass blocker for just a couple downs. Our fullback, Nick Bellore, also can play linebacker. I mean, the man's all over the place. Receivers, John Ursua, obviously not here. The man tore his ACL. But they currently only have 4 wide receivers. Now, at first I thought this was kind of crazy, but I looked into it, and they only had 4 wide receivers at the end of last season. So I guess this is the thing they do. I personally would like 5, at least. That is just me. So I might. I'm hoping maybe there's a practice squad wide receiver. I guarantee they'll keep at least 2 guys on the practice squad at wide receiver. So I might activate one when we actually start, because I like having 5. I really don't like having 4, so we'll have to see how things play out, who's on the practice squad. Obviously, DK Tyler are the outside receivers, D. Eskridge or Dwayne Eskridge. People go back and forth. I'm just going to start calling him D. Eskridge because all the Seahawks reporters I follow say D, even though, it says right here Dwayne, so I don't know. He will be our slot receiver. Freddie Swain going to be the backup to probably D. Eskridge, or, if one of these guys get hurt, maybe I throw Freddie out there. Not quite sure there. Moving on to the tight ends. Tyler Ott is the long snapper, not really a tight end. I wish EA would just stop making him a tight end. Just put LS right there, slap LS right there, and just have it be its own goddamn position. I mean, come on. It's that simple. Make long snappers a position, and then you can sign long snappers. And maybe the better the long snapper, the higher chance, your kicks don't get blocked or whatever. I don't fucking know. I mean, it's really simple. I hate how they make the long snappers just shitty tight ends. It is what it is, though. But they kept 3 tight ends, Will Dissly, Gerald Everett, and Colby Parkinson. Now, Colby is kind of banged up in real life. Not sure what's going on there. Gerald Everett will probably get the start for me. I mean, he's still pretty young. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Wanted to show you guys his stuff here. He's on 1 year left contract, so I don't know if I'm going to re-sign him. I mean, he's got really good speed and stuff, so he's going to be a fun little receiving. I mean, both these guys. I'm pretty sure Will Dissly also only on 1 year left on his contract. Yep, so I don't see myself re-signing both. I mean, maybe I do end up re-signing both. They're not asking for too much. We'll have to see when we get into things. But Gerald will be our starting tight end. Will Dissly has the 2. I know some of you guys were saying start Colby Parkinson because I turned him into kind of a beast in the Colts franchise last Madden. But I want to use some new players. Colby's still going to be on the squad as a depth piece, but Gerald Everett's just better than him in every way besides his height, maybe. I mean, that's pretty much it. So moving on to left tackle, Dwayne Brown and Stone Forsythe. Now, Dwayne Brown, as of this recording, like I said, August 31st is when I'm recording this, has not got an extension. He has been holding out to try to get an extension. So that could be happening, anytime now. Before we start. If we start our franchise before the extension, then it is what it is. We're locked in our own world and no extension for Dwayne Brown. Part of me kind of hopes he doesn't get one. He's so old. It's like you got to stop at some point. I mean, unless Dwayne Brown's Tom Brady. I mean, he is playing at a high level very, very late in his career. So he's doing it. He's doing his thing, but it's just going to suck. I mean, I don't see them doing some crazy extension where it's like 2-3 years, obviously. But there's a possibility they give him a year. I hope not to. I would be very upset because in Madden, this boy's going to regress so hard. So I don't know how long in Madden we have left with Dwayne Brown. In real life, I hope they give him maybe one more season or something like that. But in Madden purposes, I don't think he's good. He's going to regress really badly. If he's not going to regress, EA is just going to make this man retire. He's just going to flat out retire. So 1 season basically is what I'm looking at Dwayne Brown for Madden. Our starting left guard obviously is going to be Damian Lewis. The backup probably for him is going to either be Phil Haynes or it's going to be Jamarco Jones, one or the other. EA has them both as right guards right now. Centers, we got Ethan Posick and Kyle Fuller. Ethan Posick probably will start for us. I believe he only has 1 year left on his contract as well. So another guy that I probably will let walk and try to replace him in the offseason. I don't see myself extending Ethan Posick whatsoever. He's 26 and he's getting a little bit up there. I just don't see me extend this, man. I think we're going to try someone a little different. Gabe Jackson, starting right guard. Like the two other guards I told you guys about, Phil Haynes and Jamarco Jones will be backing up our guard position. And the right tackle spot, we got Brandon Shell, Cedric Ogbuehi, I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name, and that undrafted rookie free agent who I don't know what his overall is going to be. I mean, if it's in the 60s or something, I doubt it's in the 60s because they gave my man Stone Forsythe a 53 or whatever, so I'm sure they're going to give him a shit overall. But so far, I think Brandon Shell is going to be the starter, and we'll just try to replace him. I mean, Stone's a 58. Like, I just don't even know if it's worth developing him. I could probably draft a guy in the 4th or 5th round next season in Madden, and he'll be higher than this 58 overall. So I think we just roll out Brandon Shell for a season and try to fix that next season. So moving on to the defensive side of the ball, our left ends that they kept on the roster are Carlos Dunlap, Benson Mayowa, and Kerry Hyder. Carlos definitely getting the start. He's our starting left end for sure. Probably just rotate these guys in here or there. I do have a couple defensive ends that for some reason they listed as outside linebackers in here. So there's a little more than what we have. On the right side, we got LJ Collier and Rasheem Green. LJ will probably start in my base packages, but my dime and nickel, I'm probably going to be starting Alton Robinson. So right now they have Alton and Darrell Taylor, both at left outside linebacker. Darrell Taylor's actually played quite a bit there in preseason. I mean, I think Alton had a few snaps, nothing too crazy. But I definitely will move that. I mean, this man, he's not going to be starting at left outside linebacker for me, let me tell you that. He will be dropping back inside, and he'll probably be playing, or not inside, but on the defensive line. He'll probably be playing left end in my nickel and dime formations just because he's got more speed and stuff, and he can rush the passer a little bit more. Our defensive tackles are Poona Ford, Al Woods, and Brian Moan. I don't know why I thought I said his name wrong. Maybe I did, but there has been some rumors. I think they had a workout with Geno Atkins, so that could be a cool little player if they do end up getting him before we start to slide right alongside Poona. Poona definitely being our starting defensive tackle. I mean, I love Poona. This man is so much fun to watch. He's an absolute freak. Al Woods, if no Geno comes, Al Woods will probably be my second starter there. Left outside linebacker is just such a weird spot, and especially with there's very little linebackers on the squad. Like, they left very, very few linebackers on the squad. So maybe Darrell Taylor gets that left outside linebacker spot. This car is freaking drifting out of my apartment complex. I've also, Cody Barton, in my opinion, should start over here. The starting linebackers should be Cody, Bobby, and Jordan Brooks. I mean, in real life, I pray that's what they go with, because I think Cody Barton had a really good preseason. He had like 3 or 4 sacks. In the very last preseason game, he had a sack that turned into an interception because the ball got poked loose. Marquise Blair picked it off for a touchdown. Cody did all of the work. Marquise Blair just happened to be right there when the ball popped up. So I hope those are the 3 linebackers they roll with. Obviously, Jordan Brooks is starting on the right. Bobby obviously starting in the middle. Ben Verkerven also tore his ACL, so he will not be on the squad. He'll probably be on the squad. I would assume EA would keep his ass on the squad, but I don't think I'll play him. There's just no reason for that. But probably play Cody on the left side if that was me. But having not much linebacker depth is a little concerning, especially if Bobby gets hurt or something like that. You never know. Corners. Here's one that is just so interesting. So the Seahawks did trade for Sidney Jones, a 6th round pick, I believe, is what they traded for him. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Trey Flowers, I believe, also has 1 year left on his contract. Akella Witherspoon, 1 year left on his contract. DJ Reed, 1 year left on his contract. I mean, Trey Brown just drafted. Ugo, I think, has 2. Yeah, he's 2. But 4 of our top guys. I mean, the corner position for Seattle right now is so interesting. There's so many ways they can go. I mean, the practice reports for Tuesday, when they just released the 53-man roster, like their very first practice with 53 people, their starting corners at practice were Trey Flowers and DJ Reed. So maybe that's what they roll out there. I know Pete loves Trey Flowers, and you know what? I like the build of Trey Flowers' build is like the perfect corner for me. He's got speed. He's tall. I like tall corners, 6'3". I mean, maybe I could turn him into something in Madden. I just don't know. DJ Reed's kind of small. I might throw his that little ass in the slot. I mean, they still got the rookie down there if I really want to try to develop him early. I mean, a 65 overall is not that bad. You still got a Keller Witherspoon who's a solid little player. I mean, Ugo is not trash either. He also can play the slot, or he can play safety. And then they just traded for Sidney Jones, the Washington boy, the Husky. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, maybe they throw out DJ. I think for me, at this moment in time, things could change by the time I start playing, and I could change the lineup. But I think right now for me, I think I'd go Sidney and Trey Flowers out wide. And then I'd probably throw one of DJ, Ugo, or Trey Brown in the slot. Witherspoon will be my third corner. He'll be out there, in nickel and all that stuff. Dimes, packages, and all that. But I think in the slot, it's going to be one of these shorter guys. Trey, short and little speedy guys. Ugo's not crazy fast. But DJ or Trey Brown. I might even just roll out Trey Brown just to see if I can develop him and get him going, because 65 overall as a rookie is pretty solid. It's not too bad. I do like the Sidney Jones trade, just IRL by the way. Just a young player, and he's just been injured quite a bit, which sucks, but maybe he's inspired back to where he played college. So you never know, but I think if it were me, I think I'd roll out Trey and Sidney with one of these 3 dudes in the slot, and then Witherspoon just coming in, dime and all that stuff. Free safety, Quandre Diggs, Marquise Blair. Now, in our Madden League, I did put Quandre on the trade block. No offers yet, so I doubt anything's going to happen. But the problem I have with Quandre is, well, one, he's trying to get more. He's trying to get an extension as well, like Dwayne Brown. So maybe even by the time I start, he has a new deal or something. And I hope they extend him. But even in our test league, it might be different when we start our actual league. But in our test league, he was wanting a 4-year contract. And so since he wants that, I'm not allowed to offer him a 1 or a 2 or a 3. I have to offer him the 4-year contract. And I don't know if I want Quandre for 4 years, man. He's 28. I'm honestly not sure how the regression is for free safeties. I haven't really had like an aging free safety or strong safety or just safeties. So maybe the regression for safety isn't that bad. But I just don't think I really want Quandre for 4 more years. Like if I hope Seattle extends him like 1 more season or 2 more seasons so I can have him for 2 or 3 more years. That's perfect. Then I'll let him walk. I'll just let the man walk when he's done. I hope that happens because I just don't want him for 4 years. I just really don't think that's I still think that's good for me. In real life, I would never put Quandre Diggs on the trade block. Let's just put that out there. In real life, I love Quandre, but for Madden, I was putting him on the trade block mainly because of Marquise Blair. He's 71 overall at 24. That's solid. The man's got really good speed. And look at this man's hit power. Where's it at? It's like high 80s. Did I go past it? We're carrying and stuff. Where the hell is this man's hit power at? I saw it and I was like, I freaked out. I was like, no way, this dude's got this. Where is it? 87 hit power. I mean, Quandre's got 88. He can hit people too, but 87 hit power. I was like, oh shit. And 71 overall at 24. I mean, I can really develop Marquise Blair into something. So that's why I was interested in putting Quandre in the trade block. I doubt I'll trade him. I'm hoping, like I said, in real life he gets extended a year or 2, so that way I can just keep him for 2 or 3 more seasons, and then let him walk, and either Marquise Blair takes over, or we draft someone. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. And strong safety. I mean, this one's easy. Jamal Adams just recently re-signed, so he's going to be here for a very long time. Ryan Neal, the backup. Decent little backup there. Kicker, Jason Myers. Punter, Michael Dixon. And that is it for the 53-man roster. Like I said, 53-man roster as of this recording. So things could definitely change. There could be another trade. They could sign a veteran. There could be an injury. Let's hope there's no injuries, but there could be an injury, so maybe they sign someone because of it. We don't know yet. But this is most likely my last video until I can get a confirmed date for when we're starting. We're still kind of up in the area. We're still trying to lock down sliders and stuff, get everything perfect before we start. But it's coming soon. Make sure to stay tuned for those realistic rebuild videos. I'm going to pump a couple of those out this week as well. But I just wanted to make this video to go over the roster. Let you guys know what I think, and then definitely give me your opinions. Who do you think I should start? All that stuff. I know a lot of you guys think I should trade Russell and try to get a rookie and get a quarterback on a rookie deal so I can spend money elsewhere. I'm not doing that. Russell's the guy, man. I'm trying to win this man some more rings. That's just what's gonna happen. Maybe in year 4 or 5 when he's fucking 35 years old, 36 years old, maybe we could, we'll see. But for now, no plans on trading him. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.